So how do you want to start the book, honey?
How do I want to start?
Yes, how do you want to start?
Ava Gardner, the world's most beautiful animal and Hollywood's original femme fatale, looks back on her storied career. Mickey Rooney, Artie Shaw, Howard Hughes, and Frank Sinatra all fell to her charms as the once small-town girl climbed the Hollywood ladder to become one of the most recognizable stars of the silver screen.
Actress Elizabeth McGovern, best known for her role in Downton Abbey as Cora Crowley, the Countess of Grantham, is taking a break from life in London to take on the role of the legendary icon, Ava Gardner, on stage here in Los Angeles.
I said to my agent, Ed Victor, no more commissions, Ed. I am writing a novel.
The play, which McGovern wrote, takes place at the end of Gardner's life, when she decides to spill the tea about her career and love life to a ghostwriter played by actor Costa Ganis. I had the opportunity to sit down with McGovern at the Geffen Playhouse to talk about Ava and Mickey, Artie and Howard, and of course, Frank. Congratulations and welcome back.
Thank you so much.
All right, you have to have a little bit of trepidation when you're stepping into the heels of Ava Gardner.
Yes, indeed. She was quite the icon.
Tell us about her. What did you know of her? I know you did the show in London on the West End, but when you first approached the play, did you know much about her?
I didn't, to be perfectly honest. I had this book on my shelf called Conversations with Ava Gardner by Peter Evans, and it had been there for months. And I picked it up one day and was totally absorbed from the first page.
Senorita, your bare feet are showing.
Chialti ostacchi. Non tieni derecho a entrar.
And then it occurred to me that it would be a marvelous way of exploring somebody's life, to observe the exercise of a biographer trying to glean the life story of a subject who was ambivalent about telling her life story.
Let's write this truthful book together. Is that what you're suggesting? That you and I blow the roof off of Tinseltown?
In the course of the book, he's trying to get stuff out of her all the time, and sometimes she's very forthcoming, and sometimes she isn't, and they inevitably develop quite a close relationship.
We're gonna have a great show with a million laughs and color and lights to make it sparkle and songs.
And so that's where I had the idea about the play, and then of course I got completely obsessed with Ava and her movies.
So that's how you fall in love.
Speak low when you speak love.
It was almost like a therapist-patient relationship, wasn't it, when they were in conversation?
It's almost like they have a sort of imaginary love affair. It's a journey toward intimacy that the two of them embark on, and it kind of mirrors the love affairs of her past, this repeating pattern of love affairs that really characterized her life.
That's Mickey. Strike up the band. That's Mickey.
Yes, well, I'd been watching his movies.
And then they realize that they've come to a brick wall and it ends. Along the way, you kind of experience the impact of being a movie star and the toll it took on her psychologically.
But who would you be without people like me?
And the toll her childhood took on her too, right?
Yeah. Like a lot of young, beautiful girls who come to Hollywood, if they don't have some sort of strong background in terms of backup plan, they are very, very vulnerable, especially in those days. And Ava, fortunately, always had a very strong, supportive family, but they didn't have any financial stability, and they were, relatively unsophisticated when it came to how Hollywood worked.
What was it in her past that led her to repeat patterns of love affairs in her life as an adult?
I don't think it was something in her past as much as the sort of, to be honest, the sort of trauma of being a movie star.
No one ever awarded a grown woman for calling foul on the playing field. They never have, they never will.
reconciling that with the old-fashioned image of wife, mother. I think there was no template for her.
I'm not looking for an award. I made movies, I made out, I made a mess of my life, but I never made jam.
She was kind of making it up on her feet, but also contending with being literally the world's sexiest, most alluring woman, and everything that goes along with that.
Why don't we call it Hollywood whore? We might as well, because that will be the headline the Daily Mail uses when it's serialized.
So I think it was impossible for her to work out how to do it.
Strangers in the night, exchanging glances.
Tell me about the loves of her life.
The play focuses on her marriages, really, partly because there's pressure from the publisher to get these stories of these men, which is a reflection of, the interests of the world.
Ava and I would like to thank everybody for their many good wishes, and especially our boss, Mr. Louis B. Mayer.
They would be her first marriage to Mickey Rooney, who was, of course, a huge star when she met him.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our own version of Cole Porter's Begin the Begin.
Her second marriage was to Artie Shaw, who was a very interesting, very bright musician and incredibly successful, and then, of course, legendarily ending with Frank Sinatra.
Love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away.
And along the way, we've got Howard Hughes, who is always hovering in the background. So those are the relationships that the play touches on.
As I understand it, she was the love of Frank Sinatra's life.
He was very loyal to her, and he meant a lot to her, and right all the way through her life.
Take me back, I love you.
You've been in London for a long time, and you did this play on stage in London.
Yeah.
What made you want to bring it here?
There's nothing like doing a production of something to really understand its flaws. You get to have another go, and I think we have really improved it.
Get to take it to Broadway?
Oh, I don't know, we'll see.
Ava, The Secret Conversations runs through May 14th at the Geffen Playhouse.